What's up guys, Benji from Yugioh Gaming here, coming with round 1 of Nationals for Australia Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. We've got Joe from Yugioh Gaming versus Cody Thorne. And let's just see what happens. So Joe starts off with Apprentice Illusion Magician, discarding Conquistador. Oh, and normal summon O'Lion. This is pretty good. So he should have full combo from here, assuming he doesn't get stopped. Yep, so he summons Needle Fiber. Then use the effect of O-Line to summon a token. He's going to use Needle Fiber's effect. Mind you, we won't see anything in chat because they're all on Discord, so we can't hear what they're saying, but should be able to walk you through it. Yeah, so he's going to summon Despot 001, which is going to let him make his synchro players when he summons Auroradon. So I assume next he's going to go into Linkross and start drawing cards, or he might go straight into Auroradon. We'll see what happens. Yep, so he's going to just go straight into Auroradon. He's going to summon 3 tokens. He's going to summon back Despot from his graveyard. So Joe in a pretty strong position here. Next, he's going to probably activate Auroradon and tribute itself and a token to summon Phantom Beast from his deck. Yep, there we go. Oh, and he's going to Ash here, and this is big because a lot of people have been talking about this. Ashing this here actually really hurts because now he only has Herald Pass or unless he has Called by the Grave. This is very unfortunate because I'm pretty sure with his extra deck, this is actually just Herald Pass. Yeah, so all of a sudden he's not in a really great position anymore, and depending on what Cody's playing and what hand he has, I think he might take this one. Yeah, Joe just looking at his options, making sure there's nothing else he can do. I'm pretty sure there isn't. Now, I think Joe's hope here is that he can, with the rest of his cards, somehow set up a Conquistador to stop the attack over Herald and just get as much value from that effect as possible to banish cards. And he sets one. Then in the end phase, I believe he's going to Conquistador for a Sanguine. Yeah, so Joe ending his turn with 2 set cards, one of them being Sanguine. And Cody draws for turn. Obviously thinking about his place here, seeing which way he wants to go about getting rid of this Herald. Which is probably detrimental to his strategy. So I wonder what Cody's playing. Oh, so here we go. Salamangreat. Okay, this is very interesting. So this is any monster. So he will probably send Rage here, or Roar. Or he may just attack straight over the Herald. This is very interesting. Not a very popular choice these days, Salamangreat, but still a very strong contender. Especially with the new Firewall Exceed Dragon. Oh, sorry, Parallel Exceed Dragon? The level 4. It's not actually a level 4, it turns into a level 4, but I'm sure we'll see it somewhere along these games. There we go, he dumps Roar. Now the question is, what is Joe's other card? So I'm going to link into Balinks. And there we go, Parallel Exceed. So it's going to summon itself from the hand, and then when it's normal special summoned, you can summon another one from your deck. And if it's summoned by its own effect, either of those effects, its level becomes 4, and its original attack and defense are halved. So I think at this point, Joe should probably wait. If he has any sort of disruption, he should probably wait until a rank 4 has been committed to disrupt. Because I assume the only rank 4 he would be playing would be Dweller. But I suppose we will see. Players here just taking their time over Discord, as you should. Making sure the communication is key. So he's going to Herald negate the Exceed Dragon. Parallel Exceed, interesting. Now, does Cody have a follow-up to this? I think the ideal follow-up here would be a Spinny, perhaps. Or a Sign at Mining to discard maybe a Foxy or a Jaguar. Or Will, that's another good one. So if that other card is Hakero, this could be interesting. Nope, so he's going to summon back the Gazelle. And enter the battle phase. Okay. So he's going to attack over both of these tokens to try and put Joe on a minimal amount of cards for next turn, so he can't make another Needle Fiber, which seems like a pretty good strategy. But if Joe draws or has a tuner in his hand, he can go do what he just did again. Maybe not through a Roar though, which is something to think about. Right, so he's going to link off Wolf for Wolf, because of the field spell's effect. So yeah, I'm thinking Joe's probably not in a very good position at the moment, and he probably needs to be really careful with his resources, and assuming he even has enough cards to do anything here. Because assuming those two cards are blanks, which I would assume not, assuming these are blanks, he has to play through a Roar with one card in hand, two cards on the field, one we know being Sanguine, and not really a whole lot in his graveyard to bounce back. Okay, Ghost Mourner. So that's interesting. So he's going to use the Ghost Mourner to stop the Roar from coming back. So, So I think this still puts him on drawing another tuner for turn, or a card that would get him there, but I can understand. I think that's probably preferred opposed to having to play through a counter trap. Just stay here a second. Yep, so it's looking like anyone's game here, to be honest. Depends what the next draw is and what these two cards in hand are. But if Joe can potentially go off next turn, cut Cody off his Salamangreat cards. Ooh, so this set card I think might be a Rage. Because he sent Roar, which is kind of unusual. I think you would send Rage in most situations, but maybe I'm wrong there. I'm not super familiar with the Salamangreat deck. So he's going to set two cards. Interesting. So his name is, yes, Enphase Sanguine. So he's going to summon Lord from his deck. Yeah, so Golden Lord is going to hit the field, and now he's going to have Sanguine for next turn to recur a resource to have an interruption in his opponent's next turn. So that's something to think about here. So even if he does get stopped, or assuming he has a play, he still potentially has that that line of play to go down. All right, so let's see what Joe drew here. So he's sinking. So maybe he's thinking about a way he could potentially link off the Lord and no, I don't know. Yeah. So Cody has the Balanix in his graveyard. So he's going to be able to protect his Sunlight Wolf from an attack from the Lord. So that alone is not going to get him there. Oh, Battle Phase. So he's going to bait out the Balanix, which is understandable, I guess. I suppose he probably doesn't have much else for this turn. So I'm thinking at this point, maybe his line of thinking is he wants to... Yeah, so his line of play here is probably Oh, summon another lord. That's interesting. So he had double sanguine the whole time. Well, this means he won't be able to get his blocks in now, so that's kind of unfortunate. And oh, rage for 2 as well. Oh, that's gonna hurt. I mean, unless the card there in his hand is, I don't think there's a card he could have at this point. He doesn't even have the card to discard the Jet Synchron, so... What could this be? Maybe Cursed Land? Yeah, so I think Cody's going to take this one. Because next turn he's going to be able to set a Roar and a Rage to his field, a lot that he already has along with Will, and send another resource with Gazelle. So I really don't see Joe coming back from this one. The only thing I can think of is maybe he drew Nibiru and he's going to try and, I don't know, hope that his opponent summons 5 monsters and locks himself out of playing, but I don't think that's going to happen here. Yeah, so the Salamangreat Foxy is going to whiff. That's very, I guess it doesn't matter, like, not that unfortunate, but you know. Yeah, I think it's GG's here. Like, he can't make game, or maybe he can. Yeah, no, thinking about it, he probably can make game depending on what's in his extra deck. I think Salamangreat are playing Access Code Talker, if I'm not mistaken. Which does like 1 billion damage, so... Let's see what happens here. Okay, so he's not going to make game. Yeah, it's not looking good for Joe. Yep, so... Gonna link off the Sunlight Wolf for a Transcode Talker in the main phase 2. Aha, so I think this is to protect his Sunlight Wolf from being targeted, if I'm not mistaken. While this card is co-linked, it and its co-linked monsters gain 500 attack. Also, your opponent cannot target any of them with card effects. Cool, cool. So if Joe does have Nibiru here, this could be pretty nasty. And oh, whoa, he has it. Oh my god. He has it. Well, this game just got really interesting. So he's going to have to tribute off everything. Not quite sure if he's used will or not. This I think he has. So he can't. I don't think he can reset his raw. That token's huge, so that might be an issue. That being said, he does have the Sanguine to get a disruption to kill the token if he needs to. Hopefully it wouldn't come to that. Oh wow, 74-22. So he has 2 set cards. Wow, this is huge. This is huge. So he's going to banish Sanguine, and he's going to set either Hakuero or Conquistador. Oh, wow. Oh my god. What a turn of events that have transpired. So let's think about this here. So Joe needs to draw a spell or trap, I believe, to make the to be able to summon Eldlich. No, he can. Yes, to make the trap live and summon Eldlich, he would need to draw another spell or trap. I think at this point, Joe wants to draw a tuner and just then go and draw as many cards as he possibly can, assuming he's playing into no disruptions and can potentially just win this game from here. It's really hard to think that there was no way to play around that there, but I suppose, you know, it's a lot easier for me to say that here than him playing. I'm sure he had some sort of strategy in mind. And no, there is no Balinks in the graveyard. Yep, so he's going to get Hakuero. And then he's going to draw for turn. So hopefully, I think what Joe would be hoping to happen here is that he will draw a tuner of some sort or access to some sort of tuner, and then try and go off, I guess. Draw a couple of cards, pop a couple of cards, get some field advantage, maybe make VFD. Oh, this game is really coming down to the wire here. So we know Cody has a set Rage. And yeah, so the set, we'll see if the set Rage gets him there. If it's even live. So Joe's just viewing his extra deck, checking all his options. Understandably. Another thing Joe can try to do here is just overwhelm his opponent with big monsters. So, you know, get another Sanguine, summon another Lord from Grave, you know, and just keep planting big guys on board. But I don't know how effective that will be, assuming he can't get rid of the will, because the will gets Cody back into the game next turn. So that, I think, would be the priority to hit here. So Joe's just viewing the graveyard there, making sure he's completely sure what he wants to do. Yep, so he's going to... I think he's going to take the line play that I said and try and overwhelm him with big monsters. So he's going to send Hokoro, summon Golden Lord. And now his Golden Lord is going to be 3,500. Yep, so for anyone at home, he did in fact add this card to his hand and special summon it, but he's, because they're playing on Dueling Book, skipped a step, I guess. Just thinking, what else could Cody have here? Okay, so Joe is in fact just going to go into the battle phase. He's going to attack over the token. And he's going to attack for 3,500. Now the question is, what has he got for main phase 2? Because if he can't get rid of that will, it may not matter. Cody will still be able to access his Sunlight Wolf and Ricker all his cards next turn. So he can get a Sanguine here. That is important to remember. Is that he can get a Sanguine here. And then potentially, I think, also get... Yeah, I think he can also get a disruption. So maybe he can get rid of this will here. Yep, so he's going to banish Hokoro and get a Sanguine from his deck. Then I believe he will banish Sanguine and get either Hokoro or Conquistador. I think Conquistador is probably correct here. We'll see how we go. So yeah, something to think about here is that if Joe does have another hand trap here or something to disrupt, that may just seal the deal in itself. But I think these traps will probably get him there. I think being able to keep him off of, assuming Cody doesn't got another Salamangreat card, which I don't think he has. So I think during the standby phase, nope, he's going to go straight to main phase. So maybe he's going to wait for him to activate the will. There we go. There we go. Oh. Well, that's very interesting. I think this might be the thing that protects the play and lets Cody's will go through. Yeah, there we go. And then he's going to link the Sunlight Wolf off for a Sunlight Wolf. Then he's going to Jack Jaguar back to Sunlight Wolf, summon Jack Jaguar, add back Gazelle to his hand. And then sky's the limit from there, I guess. He's got Rage, he's got Roar. He'll be able to reset the Roar when he summons the Wolf. Ash Blossom. Oh! Okay, that's interesting. I suppose he still has to deal with the Eldlich monsters, which is somewhat difficult in this deck. So perhaps he's thinking he can lower the attack of the monsters by relinking Heat Leo instead. I suppose he doesn't really have a reason to go into Wolf again because he doesn't have to add anything back, but I don't know. I suppose we'll see what happens. Alright, yep, so he's going to relink the Heat Leo into a second Heat Leo, which is very interesting. Yep, and he's going to get back the Roar. Now, he also has Rage for 3, which is pretty nice. But I believe that this Eldlich, until the end of your opponent's turn, it cannot be targeted. Okay, so I'm pretty sure he can't out that Eldlich guy this turn with Leo. So it's going to either be Nibiru or the other, is it attack or defense? No, just the attack, yeah. So he's probably going to attack over the Nibiru with the Heat Leo. I mean, that's game, right? Unless Joe has some sort of... Yeah, I think that's just game. Yes, didn't realize he was on 19. Yeah, that's just game, yeah. Did he have anything to target? Yeah, Ash Blossom. Okay, right. Makes sense as to why he took that line of play. Oh, although... Is it either player's graveyard? Oh, well, no, you're great. Yeah, so that makes sense. Yep, so, Joe's admitted defeat. Sorry, that might have been a bit loud there. I'll just turn that one down a bit for you. So they're side decking. So what can Joe side deck here for Salamangreat? I don't know. It's really hard deck to decide for. I think he's already got the Nibirus in there. That's probably the most impactful card he has in his deck. Maybe Impermanence. Maybe Cosmic Cyclones. I once again, like it depends which side of the deck you want to hit, right? It's like, do you want to stop them from getting there, or do you want to keep them off recovering their traps? And I think a lot of decks play multiples of their traps at the moment as well, so that could be an issue if you think you're keeping them off their trap and they just get another one from deck with Gazelle, which loops itself, so maybe Cosmic isn't great. And then what could Cody have here for Eldlich? So maybe DD Crows if he's not already main decking them, or it's just some more hand traps in general. I don't think he sides Spell and Trap here because he has enough. He already has the main deck Cosmic Cyclones. I don't think Lightning Storm's a very good card here. I think Joe really just has to hope he can draw a play that will go through. Maybe draw a Call by the Grave. Maybe draw an extender to go through Ash, even though I'm not sure there is a way you could extend through Ash and Auroradon. So this is a very, very interesting game. I expect most of the games to be Adamancipator versus Eldlich or some variation of those two decks, whether they be mirror matches or versing each other. So see Salamangreat is kind of cool, I guess. Although some people might say we've seen enough of Salamangreat. So I assume Joe is going to start here, and he's going to... I suppose his best hope would be normal summon a Jet Synchron, or maybe open Magician Souls and draw some cards, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, there we go, Magician Souls. So we'll see what his hand's looking like here. Maybe see if he can draw into something nice. Jet Synchron here would be really nice, actually. That would probably play through quite a bit, actually. Or even having Despot 001. Like, hard having 001 here wouldn't actually be too bad. So Joe's just asking there if he has any response to the summon of Magician Souls. Nope, so he's going to ditch his Hokuro and draw a card. Which probably means the rest of his hand is either hand traps or important spells he doesn't want to discard. Although I can't really think what he would have that he wouldn't want to discard. Maybe Eldland. Although then he probably would have played it first, I guess. Oh, here we go. Tuning. This is really nice. So now he's going to be able to mill... He's going to be able to search a Synchron card from his deck and then mill a card from his deck. Which could be very nice if he hits a Golden Land or an Eldlich card. So he's going to search Jet Synchron. He's going to put Conquistador in the graveyard. That's pretty nice. He just, to have more ways to get cards on the field is never a bad thing. Even though he may not necessarily need the two Sanguines at this point in the game, he will probably eventually value having that in the graveyard. Right, so Jet Synchron is normal summoned. And I assume he's going to link one of these monsters, probably Magician Souls, into Link Rebo and then summon Needle Fiber. But we'll see what happens here. Yep, there we go. So he's going to opt to summon Linkuriboh first, which is very important because it helps him get through a line that lets him draw an extra card with Formula Synchron. And he also still has the Jet Synchron in graveyard to be able to play on, I guess. I don't know how far he'd be able to play on with a card like that, but you know, it's another thing to think about. Maybe keeping another 1 token on field instead of... Yeah, maybe keeping another 1 token on field and using Jet Synchron to link off for Auroradon might help play through Ash on Auroradon. Just something to think about, maybe. Yeah, so now he should probably go into Linkross. Yep. He's going to use Linkross effect. Summon 2 tokens. It's going to Synchro Summon Formula Synchron with 1 of the tokens and the Despot. And then with the other token, he's going to tribute it off for Linkuriboh. Oh, that's rough. So he's going to get Nibiru here, which is the correct time to Nibiru because it's just before he draws. But I think because he has Jet Synchron for next turn, and I don't know, depending on what the rest of his hand is, I guess, he might be fine to be able to play on next turn. He now has the Despot in circulation. Still hasn't had to commit too far. This is a very unfortunate Nibiru though, so this kind of, I don't know, it's like it doesn't really win Cody the game, but it puts Joe in a position where he can't really just rely on, oh, I went first and made a bunch of negates next game, you know, like. And it really doesn't matter, usually it doesn't matter which hand shape you have. Assuming you hit the right thing, you kind of achieve the same result. So it's like, oh, Nibiru, right? But it didn't really matter that it was Nibiru. It was just the fact that, you know, he had the hand trap, I guess. Which makes the game interesting. So that's good at least. And we don't want to see a bunch of, I make my combo, next game, the other person goes first, makes their combo, next game, I make my combo and win. You know, like that's boring. Ooh, this is very interesting. He might just play on. I think, yeah. I mean, if he has a spell, a trap. No, he definitely does. Yeah, I hope he sees this line of play. Yeah, I think he can just play on. Can this token be? Yeah, so he can use the token for Linkuriboh. Can summon Eldlich the Golden Lord. Link off into Barricade Borg Blocker. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, he can. He can play on. I mean, unless I'm missing something here. Wait. Yes. This is it, right. So he's going to set a card. Eldlich effect. He's going to summon Eldlich. Yep. Oh, so the card there is Summon Limit, which is very interesting. I wonder. Perhaps it would have been better to use one of these and put the Sanguine in the grave instead and kept the Summon Limit, but I guess that's really the least of his problems at the moment. Like, he just wants to focus on, getting through his turn and getting to the next turn with however many cards left in hand, which should be a few after this, because he will be able to draw cards. Well, that's the first time I've seen this deck play through Nibiru, so that's a really fortunate thing to happen here. Just another one is, I suppose that's a huge bonus to playing Souls, is that you have the option to be able to go Souls Jet, which goes very far. Very, very far. I wonder if he could have waited there. Maybe if he gives him the draw and waits, then Nibiru's on the Auradon. I think he still has it. Yeah. Because he still has Jet and the other monster, so it doesn't matter where he Nibiru's there. I think he just plays through. I mean, maybe the big brain thing here is if you could read all of that and know that all of this was going to happen, which I suppose you could. You could wait for him to try and commit resources to his VFD play. But if at any point during all that he just makes a Borreload Savage Dragon... no, there's another thing. You could probably wait for him to make Borreload Savage Dragon. But then if he commits to his Herald first, you just, lose that. So I wonder what would have been the correct play there. I think where he Nibiru'd was definitely... there's an argument for that being the best play for sure, if nowhere else. I suppose he doesn't really know Joe's extra deck either. Like, Joe can actually just straight up gun the Herald. And none of these cards are once per turn, which is really crazy to think about. Yep, so he's going to make Rose Maiden. He's going to use Zero Lion token. He's going to Synchro Summon into Coral Dragon with 001. Yeah, so next I think he's going to make Crocosaur and then banish his Maiden to summon back the Coral Dragon. Make Vermilion Vermilion Dragon Mech. Right, here we go. Yeah, Crocosaur, and he's going to be able to draw 2 cards, which is going to be very, very nice. Yep. Now he's going to summon back the Coral Dragon. He's going to make the Dragon Mech, and then I can only assume from there he will banish Coral Dragon and kill Nibiru with the Dragon Mech effect, if I'm remembering it correctly. Banish one tuner from your hand graveyard to face upon the field and target a monster. One card on the field destroy. Yeah. Then if this card's destroyed, which it won't be, but yeah. So then effect of Dragon Mech. I mean, unless he wants to play around Ghost Ogre, I don't think that's a good idea though. I don't think he would have saved the Ghost Ogre for this point. He would have definitely used it on the Auradon or something. Yeah, so he should probably just... Yeah, there we go. There we go. He's going to banish... He's going to banish Olion. That's very interesting. They banished Olion instead of banishing Coral Dragon, but... Yeah, I guess he doesn't value the other effect of being able to normal summon... What is it? Normal summon a Mecha Phantom Beast from your hand. Well, I don't know. I think I would have done the Coral Dragon, but I suppose I'll ask him after the game. I'm sure he had a reason. Oh, yeah, so there's the VFD. Now, yeah, against this deck, I suppose VFD Cool Fire, right? GG's. I don't know, I suppose there's like enough cards in Cody's deck that Salamangreat cards that might, I don't know, potentially get him there if Joe slips up, but I don't see Joe losing this game. He looks pretty comfortable. I'm still just very spun out that he played through a Nibiru. Like, what a crazy turn. Well, he had the exact cards to do it, I guess, so... I think seeing this game, if anyone did watch my previous games and my tournament experience, I think I might swap over to Souls, because this has definitely put a big... this is a big one for the pros column, for the Souls argument, because at first I didn't want to play it, because it's like, I'm already playing Despot 003, and then to play both those cards means I'm playing two lots of cards with a card that I don't want to draw with specific cards. So you create a bunch of bad situations that shouldn't really exist. But maybe this just like outweighs it, where you've just got hands like this and you play through Nibiru. What else could he have played through there? I think, like I said, he could have potentially played through an Ash as well, and had access to Savage Dragon, which is kind of nice. Alright, okay, so he's going to Sanguine and have 3 set cards. So, True King of all calamities. I assume he will be doing this in the standby phase. I'm calling fire monsters. I wonder why he's... maybe Joe's mic's broken here? I'm not too sure. So, I suppose they're just discussing... No, there we go. Call fire. Yeah, there you go, fire. Circle. There we go. So, Cody's going to activate Salamangreat Circle and search his deck. So he's hopeful he can play through this, I guess. Either that or he just wants to get as much information as he possibly can. before going into game 3. Okay, so he's going to summon Salamangreat Mole. Okay, let's give this one a read. During your main phase, if you link summon this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand to a zone a link monster points to. If you control no monsters, you can banish this card from your grave and target 5 Salamangreat cards in your graveyard and shuffle them to the deck and draw 2 cards. Okay, so I suppose he's planning ahead here for the long game. I'd probably assume he's going to summon Balinks and he's going to set some amount of cards and pass his turn. Which seems very reasonable. But I also don't see how he doesn't just lose next turn. But we'll deal with that when it comes. I mean, to be fair, it's never over till it's over, so... I think Salamangreat Mole is a very interesting choice. Will? So yeah, I suppose he's just going to try and summon as many monsters as he can to prevent himself from being killed next turn. There we go, Sanguine. So something else to think about here is what sequence of events, what sequence he wants to activate his cards in, depending on what his sets actually are. Because I know we know that that's a Sanguine, but I don't think we know any of the other sets. I believe they're all cards that were drawn. There we go, Hakuero. And he's going to Hakuero away the Mole. And then summon Hakuero to the field, understandably. Just trying to think what his play here will be next turn. Perhaps he's going to summon... He can, if he has a tuner, he can summon Needle Fiber. Oh, Gazelle. So that's... Yeah. Right. Right. Okay. So he can summon a Salamangreat monster. Yeah, so he has to summon the Gazelle from his hand. This is not looking good. There's summon limit, although I'm not so sure he needed to activate that card. Maybe it helps against him making a... There you go, it scoops to it anyway. But maybe that was to prevent him from making Rage live? Or Rage better, I guess. Either way, going to game 3, Joe will be going second, I'm very sure. So he probably wants, I don't know, probably just wants as many hand traps as he can have in his deck, I guess, and doesn't want to play anything fancy. I don't think he wants Lightning Storm here. I don't think he wants Maybe he wants to keep the Callback Graves for second, just to keep Cody off his monsters. Oh, it really is coming down to it, isn't it? So yeah, while we're waiting for these guys to decide, thought I'd just remind you guys to go to yugiohcollectibles.com.au and use Gaming5 for 5% off your purchases. And shout outs to Nathan, he really is just like does so much for Australia and like Yu-Gi-Oh and like making sure we have product, affordable product. He always puts the community before himself, even though time and time again we've told him his prices are way too low. He just doesn't care. He just wants everybody to be able to have affordable cards. It's great. And it keeps everyone else to a standard as well, I guess. You know, prevents anyone else out there from trying to price gouge or anything like that. Alright, so they're about to start game 3. Both going to open up their hand of 5 cards. Cody's going to go straight into the main phase, and I assume he's going to summon a fire monster. There we go. He summons Flame Buffalo. Yep, so he's going to link for Balinks, and I assume he's going to go Chainlink 1 Buffalo, Chainlink 2 Balinks. He's going to get the field spell from his deck, and then he's going to discard a Cyberse monster and draw 2 cards. Yep, so... Oh wow, he opened Debug and Buffalo. So this is a very interesting thing, because this deck has these two, and I believe some variants are playing 4-Mind Skipper as well, which makes 9 normal summons, on top of your Jaguars, your Foxies, and your Spinnies. So that's like very interesting thing to think about, like which ratios or which cards you play. Oh, here we go, Parallel Exceed. So he's going for the rank 4 play here. So this will be huge if Joe has a Nibiru, because that just will just blow him out of the water completely. Because even if he can get to the Dweller, he can just end phase, or end of main phase, Nibiru, clear his whole board and turn all his traps off. So I think Cody's really hoping here that isn't the case. Yep, so he's going to summon the second parallel from his deck. So I think Cody's thinking here about whether or not he wants to go straight into the Dweller or not. Maybe he doesn't have a follow-up from here at all, and his hand is all just non-Salamangreat cards. Oh! There it is. I think that was incorrect. What could he be worried about? He has 3 monsters on board. What rank 4 could he be making? Maybe Dugaras? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think he probably should have just waited there, but we'll see how we go. Because now it's going to be very unfortunate if some mining shenanigans happen here. You know, mining, ditch, Jaguar, search, Josiah. But either way, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something here, but I definitely think I would have waited there and just waited to see if he had any sort of follow-up play. Unless he said, hey, I want to go to the end of the main phase, which would make sense, I guess, as to why he would Nibiru at that. No, he wouldn't, because he'd just want to make the rank 4 first. Yeah, interesting. Well, I'll definitely ask him about that after the game and see what he thinks, but... Oh, and yet this is kind of what I was talking about, right? Like... Oh? No, it didn't matter. Because he didn't have anything else. But I suppose even then, if he had just waited, maybe he could have prevented that from happening. Maybe he could have waited and he would have used the will and committed more cards. Maybe there's some rank 4 that stops Nibiru that I'm not... Once again, I may be missing something here. But we'll see. Alright, so Joe draws for turn. He's in a really good spot here because he has a monster on board to make Needle Fiber with. So at the very most, he's looking at 3 disruptions. 2 cards in hand, 1 on the field. Do we know what card he has? No. We know he discarded this, drew 2 random cards. He has activated the field spell. Yeah, so I believe those 2 cards in his hand are completely unknown, and the card that is set here is also unknown, I believe. Yeah. So this is looking really good for Joe, I think. I think if I'm playing the Eldlich Synchron deck and my opponent opens this to my Nibiru, I think I'm pretty happy. Once again, I think this could have been marginally better, but I'll definitely look into that further after the game. Like I said before, it's very easy for me to sit here and be able to be very nitpicky about things. I'm not under the pressure of playing. I'm not on Discord with my opponent, held to certain time constraints, etc., etc. So yeah, I think Joe's just thinking about what he wants to do. I don't know. It'd be very unfortunate here if he didn't open a tuner, because that would just... I know that would definitely give Cody a ticket to win this game. Like if there was an opening, that would be it. No tuner. But even then, I think the Eldlich cards would probably get him there. There'd have to be some extremely unfortunate circumstance where he drew 3 unplayable cards or more, I think, here, for him to lose. Assuming these cards aren't all just completely insane, which they might be. Called by the grave. For Baelings. That's interesting. Well, maybe he did break. No! Rage. Right, okay. Yeah, makes sense. So he's playing around Rage. Doesn't want to commit a tuner and have it raged away. So main phase 2, maybe he's going to commit a tuner to the board. Hello, kitty cat. Just got my cat here joining me on commentary. Can't see her, but she's just there. There we go. Normal summon Ash Blossom. This is huge. This is where it's really going to come down to it. Because if Cody has a hand trap here, that could potentially just completely stop Joe in his tracks. But then in the same breath, it's like, well then, I think, depending on the wording on Coral Dragon, Joe can then just, oh no, he has a Balance to protect the will. Okay, yeah, so I suppose will for Phalanx isn't very strong unless he has other Salamangreat cards. So this might end up coming down to what Cody draws next turn if he does get stopped. Which I'm sure he has something. Like, Joe's not that lucky. Oh, he's getting in the deck. Wow, I think, not to get ahead of myself here, maybe he's just saving the Disruption for the Auroradon. Yeah, I think he can potentially go... Maybe he's just going to go straight into Auroradon again, but I think he can go Link Cross, token. No, he doesn't have the Link Rebo engrave. There we go. So tokens. And then Despot will come back. Should be very nice. Looking very good for Joe here. Assuming no Nibiru or no Ash on the Auradon. I mean, even if he does Ash the Auradon, it's like, okay, he has one more card left, a will, a set card, and a token. No, there we go, Nibiru. Okay, so let me think here. Joe's other three cards probably have to be pretty good here. Yeah, so the board is going to get Nibiru'd away, and that's fine because, you know, Joe still has an entire extra deck. He has the W1 in circulation, so assuming his other three cards are playable, he can go do the back and forth, maybe try again next turn. Still plenty of options here. Okay, so this token's going to be pretty big. It's going to be 3,000, 5,500. I'm sure they'll type out in chat in a minute, so they remember. Yeah, hopefully Joe just sets some cards here and tries again next turn. Also, once again, assuming, you know, Cody doesn't have a Salamangreat monster in his hand or on the top of his deck, because that would be very unfortunate here for Joe, I think. And once again, he does not have any resources in his graveyard at the moment, apart from 001. So, whereas Cody does have the Phalanx in his graveyard to protect a potential Conquistador. And there we go, 5100 attack, 2500 defense. Oh, it's really coming down to the wire. Yep, so he's gonna set 2. Set 3. Okay, here, let's go. Let's go. This is a really exciting match. So this is what you want to see in Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Like 2 mid-range combo control type decks going back and forth, hand trapping each other, using resources wisely, trying to keep each other off their engine. That's the kind of Yu-Gi-Oh we really want to see here, as opposed to, you know, the usual FTKs or OTKs or whatever. Alright, so that set card is probably Rage. Or it would be red to be Rage, I think. I think anyone would think that would be Rage. Here we go, so draw phase, he's going to Sanguine. Cody has 2 cards in his hand, one of which probably has to be a Salamangreat monster for him to be able to play. So he doesn't respond to the Sanguine. So then he has 2 more traps. So if that's Hakuero Conquistador, I think Joe's in a very good position here. He's probably is anyway, but... Okay, set Jaguar. This is interesting. So he's probably going to summon another Balinx. So I think at this point, Joe has to hope he has Hakuero. Hakuero would be huge here, because if he makes a Balinx and then Jaguar for Hakuero. Oh, but then if he has Rage... Oh, Parallel Exceed Dragon. Okay. Interesting. So he can make a rank 4 play here, which is kind of nice, I think. Maybe not? No, he can only summon the 1. So he can still make the rank 4 play here, assuming he can somehow... And does he have a Balinx in the grave? He does. Okay, I wonder what that set card is. This is very... Was that maybe a misplay? Because I think he could have Jaguar back the Balinx. Oh no, that then puts him... Makes him vulnerable to Conquistador. So I wonder what Cody's thinking here. Okay, so he's going to link off the Balinx and the... that for... Oh, what is this? Splash Mage. Target 1 Cyberse in your graveyard, special summon in defense, but negates effects also can special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except Cyberse monsters. Okay, okay, so... Okay, so I guess he's gonna... I don't know where he's going with this. I think maybe he's gonna try and make access code Talker and just Maybe there's a way he can... Oh, what is this? Okay, so... No, oh, if this is... Oh, okay, negate its effects. Cool. So he is just going to summon Debug and I assume link those off into a link 3. So maybe he is just trying to get to the link 4. Yep, Transcode Talker. Transcode Talker's effect is going to special summon a link 3 or Lost Cyburst. So you can special summon Splash Mage or Balinks. And Joe for next turn has a Sanguine. Ooh, let's think. Yeah, Sanguine? He has 001. He has a Lord and a token. Which he probably will have. Oh! This is huge. The Conquistador on the Transcode Talker. I think that's huge. So now he has extra. All he needs is any machine and he can get back to his full combo. Right, he's going to will back the Jaguar. And I believe he's going to attack the token or the Lord. Two of these monsters, I believe he will attack over. And then... He doesn't have another... Yeah, he doesn't have another Balinks either. So yeah, I assume he'll do some damage here with the piercing. Yeah, if this card attacks defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. Oh, yep. So he's going to attack the token. He's going to attack over. Oh, no, he's not. He doesn't have enough. Okay, 18. Yeah, never mind. So he's going to be left with 2 monsters. Joe here just really needs to draw a machine or a tuna monster, and he's fine. Well, I think he's fine anyway, but we'll see what happens. Yep, so he's going to draw for turn. Now this is huge because Cody can only have 1 disruption, at the very most. 1 disruption. So if he has a tuna here, that's huge. If he has anything here, that's huge. Like, what can he draw? He can draw Hand Trap, Jet, Tuning. What else? Cursed Eldland would be very nice as well. So, like, you know, a lot of... Any of his traps, I think, are fine here as, like, a back and forth thing. He can put his Lord in attack mode, attack over Jaguar, or be protected by Balinks and burn one of his Balinks out of the grave. Maybe overturns, Cody can get back in if Joe doesn't have anything here, but I don't know. We'll see. It really does depend on what's drawn as well, because even if Cody does have some way back, he only has the Jaguar as a grave resource at the moment, and Will. And Will can only bring back Balinks and Jaguar. So this Sanguine's probably going to turn into a Hakuero, I assume. I don't really see him making Conquistador here. But whereas Hakuero will indefinitely get rid of Jaguar. And it puts Cody on drawing, I believe, another Salamangreat monster to be able to stand this game. Which raises the question, is that even enough? Haha, here we go. So he's got Cursed Eldland. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to kind of just stop playing combo and start playing, control. Very, very close game. But I think this seals it. So this for... This to get a trap, I believe, and then he has Conquistador and Hakuero, which is kind of nice. And from that point, I believe he can just sit on whatever he chooses to sit on. I don't think there's any conceivable way Cody has game next turn. Not through that anyway. So he's going to add Lord to his hand. That's interesting. So I wonder what he's thinking here. Anyway, let's go. Okay, so he's gonna... Okay, yeah, so he's gonna tribute something for Lord, and then he's gonna summon another Lord, and he's gonna get rid of Nibiru, and... Or either that, or he's gonna just try and hard clear Jaguar. And then put him on trying to will back the monster. That actually makes sense, actually, yeah. I think he's just gonna... Oh, wait. Is Balinks once per turn? You can only use each effect. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's once per turn, so... Yeah, so there we go, and then we're going to go Lord for us. We're just going to plant him another card in his graveyard. Ooh, this is interesting because I believe Joe isn't playing the second Eldlich card, which in this position here would be giving him another resource. But it probably doesn't matter. Alright, yeah, so it turns out Discord is cutting out and being unreliable, I guess, on somebody's end, who could say. Okay, yeah, so he's got a Golden Lord with 3,500. He's got a Golden Lord with 2,500. He's going to activate Eldland's Affecting Graveyard. He's going to send one Eldlich monster and one Golden Land Spell Trap. So he's probably going to send... I wonder. Hakuero of the Golden Land. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, the only thing about that is... Let's see. No, yeah, he should be good. He hasn't banished anything yet. So he should be good to do that. It's looking pretty good at the moment for Joe, I think. So is he going to do the play I said, where he's going to try and bash over both of these? And yes, I believe that's where he's going with this. He's going to try and keep him off. He's going to banish Veilings, and then he's going to do it again for the second time. Okay, yeah, there we go. Conquistador. I think he's just going to straight up wipe up Will. Yeah, there we go. This is huge because it means that not only will Cody not have a way to get his Salamangreat monster back onto the field without drawing one, but Joe will also have another monster on the field to maybe contribute to a play next turn, as well as the multiple resources he has in the graveyard. So from here, I believe he goes Banish Sanguine, set Conquistador, or Banish Sanguine, set Haquero. Probably set Haquero, I think. I think that's probably the safer option here. The only card... what can Cody draw here to get him back in? Nothing, right? I think this is Joe's game. But who knows? Maybe he has an ace in the hole. Yeah, so he's going to banish Haquero. He's going to set Sanguine. Well, the other thing to think about is, like, even if Cody has an answer or another way to keep playing here, he doesn't really have a way to answer two Golden Lords. But they're just too big. And this deck has Trickstar Syndrome, where it just can't get over big guys. You just have to go above and beyond to do that. Yeah, so he's gonna banish the Sanguine here. There we go, there's Haquero. Like I said, I think that card is probably the one that just seals the deal. Even though, like I said before, there's no more Balances in circulation, so I think he'd have to be playing like a Salamangreat Olmirage to even be able to think about playing at this point. Okay. Now make Donkey Kong noises. Cody really doesn't want to give up here. Understandably, they're all trying their very best to win this tournament. So you can't really, I suppose you can't really quit until you're out. So the set card was a second will of the Salamangreat. It's very interesting. What could that card in hand be then? I really do think this is just over, but let's see what happens. Because even if he... Okay, so let's think about what he can do here. If he goes Will, and then Hakuro is chained, banishing the Jaguar, his Will can then summon him a Balinx or a Salamangreat monster from hand. Oh no, he's just going to let it go through, apparently. Okay, that's interesting. I guess he doesn't really care. Just wants to wait for the follow-up. Okay, Flame Buffalo. There we go. So let me think. He has no card in hand to use Flame Buffalo with. So I suppose Joe's fine with that. There's not really a whole lot he needs to worry about here as far as the graveyard goes either, so he can probably just wait and then get rid of Jaguar the second time around. But, I suppose now playing with perfect information, he is a lot safer to hit this card. But I think it might have been correct to just... maybe not, because he's going to get to summon another monster anyway. Yet this doesn't really do anything. So he's going to link them all and summon a Sunlight Wolf, understandably, with a Balinx engraved. At this point, I believe... is he going to let him put the Balinx back? Well, here we go, Hakuro. Target Jaguar. Yeah, putting Balinx back in the grave, back in the extra deck, sorry. So now he's got Wolf and Nibiru. He's going to Wolf for a second Wolf. He's going to use that Wolf to get back the Will, which is a once per turn effect, so that doesn't really do anything, but I suppose he thinks he's going to live another turn because Nibiru is still on the field. Understandably, I guess. Mind you, JoJo's any tuner, and this just... it's game over. Well, we're playing with perfect information at this point, at least. So we have the set. We've set Sanguine here. We have the Graveyard, Conquistador, Hakuro. We have the Will in hand, with no Balinx in Graveyard. And this will then go down to 2,500. Well, next turn, all he needs to do is just... well, Jesus, yeah, he just has to send away Conquistador, summon Golden Land. Attack. Maybe summon the third one, attack for game. Yeah, so banishing the Conquistador, get another Sanguine into play. So I believe he's 2 sets of Sanguine, unless I've bumbled it up. Versus Will. So this is... Yeah, so if he just goes attack, this one over this, attack. No, there we go. Yeah, Sanguine for the third one. I think that's game. So, yeah, summon that. His turn, send this off, summon the Sanguine, summon the Eldlich for... Wait, no, he's only playing 2, so... Maybe his play is... No, I mean, he can make Barricade Board Blocker, summon back the Golden Lord, if he hasn't already made Board Blocker, no, so... I wonder what card he drew. Yeah, so if he makes Board Blocker, he can then attack for 500, 1200, so 17. And then I think that's game. I think that's game. I mean, even if it's not, it's like Will of the Salamangreat next turn, bring back another wolf, sure. It's like, then what? Well, it's like, you drew Gazelle? Sure. Do you have like a trap? I still don't think that's enough to out 2 Golden Lords. Like, you rage them both away, he just summons them again. Attacks over your wolf. You have no Bailings. Yeah, I don't know, like I suppose every turn you can... Well, I suppose you'd run out of wolves, but next turn you can recycle. I'm really not saying it. But like I said, in it to win it, so... Removed. This is very, very interesting. I really... I wonder what Joe could be thinking about here. Or what they're talking about, maybe. Maybe Barricade Blog isn't enough. Maybe it's... I'm forgetting how much attack that card has. Yeah, I suppose I'll just look it up, right? Oh, is he going for it? Oh, 1,000. Okay, yeah, so I was wrong. Mind you, I don't think it matters. I think Joe will win this game eventually anyway. Yeah, well, if he summons back Wolf and he just goes, okay, sure, kill it, and then what? And then what? I suppose he summons Salamangreat, makes Balinks first. Even then, like, I don't know, dude. Fuck, man. I think the draw has to be exactly Gazelle. I think that's the card that would even... Like, you would think, oh wow, maybe he could win. Like Gazelle, or like Desires, or something. Yeah, I don't see it though. I think Joe's still got this. Yep, so attack over. So yeah, not quite game, but probably close enough that it doesn't really matter. Now, how many... Hakuero, Conquistador... Hakuero, Conquistador... Yeah, there we go. So we're going to banish Sanguine. So I suppose, yeah, like, even if he... I suppose, what's his draw then? It'd have to be something like Desires or Cosmic... Desires or... Something that gets him more than one card. Because, like, Will and something else isn't going to cut it here while he has a Disruption. Foxy, okay, yeah. So that might... That would constitute 2 cards, I guess. But even then, I think he has to hit something insane. Like, maybe Foxy into Gazelle... No, Foxy into Spinny isn't enough. That's... Or Foxy into Rage, maybe. So from here, what can he do? He can Balinks. And then Will. Only having 1 Balinks left means he can't Balinks into the second Balinks. Yeah, so he's going to keep the Rage, which is understandable. Don't think it matters. I think Joe has enough to punch another 900 damage next turn regardless. But I suppose his attempted play is probably make Balinks, make activate Will, summon Sunlight Wolf, and hope it goes through, make Heat Leo. Don't see that happening. Okay, Conquistador. Destroy Will. So that's gonna keep him off. Yep, so that gives him a line of exactly Balinks, set 1, pass. Or just set 1, pass. So his rage is only going to get him through one card. Yeah, I don't see a world here where this isn't just GG's. He has will, he has rage. He can't will. He can make Balinks. He can rage away a guy and have nothing on field to be attacked into. Yeah, no, this is it. He's done. We know for sure now. Rage does not get him there. And yeah, there we go, Donkey Kong noises. GG's, guys, I guess. Very exciting game. Came right down to the end. Very indecisive game for sure. Yeah, like I said before, Gaming 5% off. Yugioh, Bombin. Nah, it's nice. And see you guys next time.